Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. We're going to close out the 2.01 porch upgrade on the back of the house, show you all the last steps that I went ahead and completed, and we'll move on to the next thing we'll talk about in another episode. Well, let's go ahead and get today's episode started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Now here we are going into the very beginning of February, one of my favorite times of the year. The whole year is great, but we're actually getting into the dry period, and we'll be putting on a sprinkler system here very soon. The grass will be getting greener once we start putting a little bit of fertilizer down, but it is actually a cool time of the year. It's not quite so hot because we're in Lipa City being the third coolest location here in Luzon, on the island of Luzon. The first being Baguio, and then Tagaytay, and then Lipa City. But it is a very nice time to have all your windows open and feel the refreshing cool air, especially sleeping in the evening time. Anyway, let's go ahead and close out the final update of the 2.01 upgrade, which is the back porch. Let me show you all the details and how it turned out looking. Now, to start off this week's episode, we are working on the bench that we're going to put all around. The posts are in place. I'm still waiting for some of the hardware to come in, this Simpson strong tie hardware like we have right here, to do some nice finishing. But right now I'm doing the bench hardware and the wood. And this is the bottom rail. So the bottom rail is going to connect to the bottom. We'll have some nice little balusters that go for decoration. Then we'll have another one of these type of rails that's about up to this height right here. You kind of want to run around 18 inches for a bench height. 18, 19 inches is fine for the final. And we're using these little pieces of hardware right here. They're actually plastic or some type of like a 3D printing type of composite. And these will go, you can see, they're sitting in place here. And then you'll fit your posts inside there. You'll tap them down and make sure that you have a nice snug fit inside there. And these attach before you actually permanently put them in. After we do the finishing on, we'll put 2 screws in this area right here. Right here, these 2 from the backside, and it will screw into the end pieces of the 2x, which this is actually 1.5 inch, because this is 1.5 inch wide here by 3.5 inches in this direction right here. And then you'll secure this using the same screws that I have here to the post itself. So you have a very secure, you have 6 screws inside here, and these are actually self-tapping. If you're actually working with metal like we are behind the wood here, these are self-tapping. It makes it very easy. But what I find also, I find that it's really beneficial to do a pilot drill hole with these, especially if you're working with very thick metal like we are in the back. You can see I have the supports all in place for the bench all the way around. I just got this one done this morning right here, and the top is unfinished. It only has the Selignum termite protection inside there, but no stain. And it's rough because we're going to be putting a bench on the top, and we're going to be securing it both with screws as well as adhesive, wood glue adhesive. So you can see it actually came out really nice, I believe. I protected this because these were done earlier. You can see they have plastic around them. And since the top is exposed and open and there's really no protection for water, I went ahead and put some plastic around because we've been getting a lot of rain here as of recent days. So next step is to go ahead and work on getting the bench cut and fit it into position. Down here in the basement area is where I'm going to be working next. I have this big raw piece of mahogany. This was split from a mahogany tree. It's about 15 inches wide. It's just about 2 by 15, but we're actually only going to use about 10 inches of this right here. So I'm going to grab my Bosch track saw and get a nice clean cut on this side and get a nice clean cut on the other side, so we have exactly a 1 by or 2 by 10 is what we're going to use, and that will be the basis of the inside of the bench. And then we're going to put some trim on the outside, maybe about 1.5 inches of trim on the outside, which will get us to around, maybe about 13, maybe around 14 inches. It depends on the size that I cut the trim work. Remember, something that's really important is you want your bench to be somewhere around 15 inches. That's a comfortable bench size and pretty much the standard. As you can see, I made quite an amount of progress with the bench, and I just wanted to catch you up where I am right now. I'm at the very end of putting the stripping, the little decorative trim that goes on the edge, and I'm using this 1.5 by 2.5 inch mahogany that I milled down from the trees that I had left over inside the basement. So what you can see is I've connected it here to the 11 inch. This is an 11 inch board right here. I have the 1.5 inch here, we have the 1.5 inch on this other side, and I'm slowly putting them all together. And the way I'm doing that, I'm using wood glue. I'm using one of my favorites, it's Type on 3. It's very, very strong. And I'm doing clamping, and I'm also doing screws. I'm doing wood screws. I'm actually out of wood screws right now, and I'm waiting on them to come in any moment now from Lazada. But that's where I'm at. And then the next thing after this will be doing the sanding, so you don't see all this little glue pieces that's protruded out after doing the clamping. But you want that. You want to see the glue that shows that you got full coverage over the entire facing of the trim to the main board. Then, like I said, we'll do sanding, and then we will do the final finishing with the same coating of the stain as we have on the posts here. I want you to see all the post coverings that we did here. The mahogany wood just came out really beautiful. The mahogany finish, the decking stain that I put on here, I'm really happy with that. And I want you to look at the final build of the bench, the wraparound bench that goes all the way around. And what I did, something I want to show you that's a little bit of a detail. And I said earlier, the standard for a bench sheet is about 18 inches. We're up to about 21 or 22 inches for the bench sheet. And I'm going to give you a picture and just kind of show you what it looks like with me sitting here on the bench, so that you can see it's actually a more appropriate height and a more comfortable height, going up about 3 more inches from the original 18-inch bench height size. Now, as you can see, I'm 5 feet 8 inches, and my leg length gives me just enough room to be able to move my legs freely here. I don't have any crimping. If I want to sit forward, I can put my feet firmly on the ground here, but it's a very comfortable height. Like I said, it's about 22 inches, 21 or 22 inches from the floor level. Of course, when Ness sits here, her feet's probably up about this high, but she kind of enjoys the height as well. And something else, Ness was showing me the other day, she kind of enjoys the post being here, so she can sit here and just relax and enjoy the yard space, and in a very comfortable kind of reclining against the back of the post itself. Now let's take a look at some of the details of the hardware that I installed. I did a bunch of Simpson Strong Tie. You see I have the Simpson Strong Tie post base here, and I have the angle brackets. These could be used for like joist connections, but for here it's actually doing a lot of support, because I have 3.5 inch screws that go through here to the support up underneath the bottom right here. And also you can see the decorative balusters that I have that go around that give it just a little bit of an accent. These provide not looks as far as aesthetics go, as well as strength. Now, something I was thinking about doing later on also for an upgrade, because they don't have any more of these in stock on Amazon.com. So I was thinking about maybe using the same brackets, go over here, and cover up this little splice that I have between each one of the bench segments inside here. So as you see on the bottom, we have 4 sides to each one of the post base. I was thinking about putting 4 sides for the L bracket, the joist connection brackets that go all the way around. So there would be one on the outside, and one here, and one here as well. But I want you to look and see how it actually came out all the way around. So overall, I am extremely happy with this entire project, including the roof extension, adding the electronics, the fan, the electronic service outlet here for our Fire TV that we have, the Echo, as well as the control for both the lighting, all the lighting that we have, the pin lights that go around, and the accent lights that go around here that provide lights on the exterior of the house. Basically the plants that we have on the outside. So very, very happy, and we're going to go ahead and say we're going to close out this project. Now, I know there's going to be some comments that have to do with, oh, James, why didn't you put any backs on the bench in that area? Well, that's a personal preference for us. And normally with adults, we don't really have to worry, because everybody, even if you sit on a bench that doesn't have a back on it, you would normally know that you don't want to fall back on the bench. The only thing we'll just have to be cautious with, if we have guests that come over with children, we just make sure that the children don't sit on those benches, so that they're careful not to fall on the back, because kids will be kids. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was that the next part of the project, which will probably be the 2.02 part of the project later on, will be fixing all of the rails, because we have to do a cover-ups, especially for the steps that go down. So I will do that, but we probably won't use the wood, the mahogany wood that we did under the covered section inside here, because they'll be exposed so much to the elements, the rain and the sun and things like that. So what we'll probably do is we'll probably do the same thing that we used. If you look over here, we have some iron, the original iron that was around the posts that support the patio itself. And what we'll end up doing is we'll do it just like what you see right here. Now those are just temporary in place. That's just leftover. Those are leftover remnants from the post that we cladded with mahogany on the porch itself. But we'll probably use galvanized steel is what we'll use. Galvanized steel, galvanized aluminum. And then we'll put very similar balusters, like the balusters that we did on the decorative area underneath the bench, and what we did up on the second floor on the pergola porch area. Now, of course, a lot of people are going to ask, James, how much did you pay for this project? How much did it actually cost to do this project? And I'll say it's kind of difficult because some of the things I had to pay for and some of the items were donated. Like for paying, the Simpson Strong Tie hardware was probably the most expensive part of this project. And a lot of that has to do with shipping and customs coming into the Philippines, because Simpson Strong Tie hardware similar to this is not available here inside the Philippines, but it's readily available like on Amazon.com or at Home Depot and Lowe's, like if you were in North America. The wood, I have to say I got a big break on the wood, the beautiful mahogany wood on this project, because most of it was donated by our good friends Scott and Mara Schuler, one of the houses that we featured in an earlier build. When they had to clear the lot, a lot of the wood that was fallen was chopped up, and we put that inside the basement and we allowed it to dry, and that was the wood that we used on this project. So again, thank you very much to our good friends Scott and Mara Schuler for providing us with a lot of that wood. Now, most of the major projects around here at Villa Feliz are completed. A lot of the outdoor major projects, like the pavilion that we have right here, like the pergola project we did on the second floor, and now the extension of the roof and the build-up of the back porch. So all the other projects that we have are going to be some different projects. A bunch of DIY projects still coming forward in the upcoming videos and episodes here on My PI Dream. But I'm really happy where we are with our outdoor entertaining space, because we do a lot of entertaining here with friends from the community, friends from our neighborhood, and friends from My PI Dream who drop in from time to time. So we are actually being able to utilize most of our outdoor space here at Villa Feliz. All right, which one is the real Toyota? So anyway, I have to do some cleaning up. You can see I just packed up yesterday. I just packed up the Christmas tree. I got to get it put away. Also got to do some organizing down here inside the basement area. You can see the tools and all the additional wood that we still have, which will be for some upcoming projects as well. Need to be a little bit more organized down inside here so we can utilize the space. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you haven't subscribed, just click on the little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of the screen. You'll be subscribed and you'll be notified if you ring that bell the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, from right here in the very beautiful, beautiful Philippines, you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.